Welcome to our series featuring the audio edition of my book Iris After the Incident, narrated by Rachel Coates. A playlist with all the chapters in order is on the Romance Class YouTube channel. We hope you've been enjoying romance books by Filipino authors, and do check out romanceclassbooks.com. Content warnings are mentioned in Chapter 1 and are included in the description for this video.
Chapter 22. The other kind of really horrible alarm clock was the phone call from the ex-boyfriend. Iris, I know why you're calling, Bradley. Because nothing else would have been cause for a 4 a.m. phone call. Seriously. Some things about Bradley I still knew like no one else. He'd be mindful of time zones and wait to bother a person about a favor or a death in the family, but any kind of internet humiliation was a reason to hit the speed dial, and now. I don't understand how this happened. It's not so complicated. I'm seeing someone, that's all. But why? Why are you seeing someone like him? I don't get it. You don't get to say anything about that. Fuck, Iris, come on. After everything that had already happened, this was what registered as potentially humiliating to me. Getting an early morning lecture from my exhibitionist ex-boyfriend on what was proper behavior. Dear God, make it stop. If I stay absolutely quiet and let you talk, will you make it quick and shut up? I said. He groaned. In that way he did, I was sure of it. I thought you were doing fine. I am. This doesn't look like you're fine. I don't know. You've been living in America for 2 years and suddenly you're an expert. Explain what fine's supposed to look like. I'm not trying to argue. Anyone would be concerned. After what happened, no one wants you to be talked about like this again. Like what, Bradley? Don't make me say it, but you called. You obviously want to. I'm concerned. You don't get to be anymore. Do you really want to do that? Don't. Not after everything we've been through. Everything we've been through. Everything that happened. Everything. Including the little times we betrayed each other, though not intentionally but still destructively. Bradley, I said. Your concern is noted. Now let me go back to sleep. Iris, what? Do you need help? I have been getting help. Are you getting help apart from leaving, your favorite solution to things? That's not fair. No. Brad, what's not fair is that I stay here, I get the therapist, I come to terms with my pain, I get self-esteem back, and then you get to call me from your hiding place in wherever USA to tell me what I'm doing is wrong. Do you get how shitty that is? There was a pause. Of course he didn't. Until someone said it. Because no one ever said it. I'm sorry, he said. You know I only want you to be okay. And I want you to be okay, I said. I don't agree with how you did things, but fine. Whatever gives you the courage to step out with your head held up, right? Iris, you don't have to agree with me. I didn't even end the call. The phone dropped from my hand, bounced off the edge of my bed and went over, and I didn't pick it up. Didn't want to. Gio's own coping mechanism could be strange, but I understood why he did it. That damn thing was also the fastest way for old ghosts to resume their haunting. Gio apologized for everything. The borrowed car, Damon's again, the fact that the family gathering was apparently in Tagaytay and a little further out than I'd realized, and for being a bundle of nerves because this was the first time he was seeing these people in months. He was also preemptively apologizing for them. My mother will make some comment about your outfit, Gio was saying. And you shouldn't take it seriously. That's her making conversation. And when she offers to show you a designer or some store, you should say yes, and then don't worry about it. She'll never actually take you up on it. My dad will find some reason to ask you about your family, who you're connected to, if he's golf buddies with anyone you're related to. My dad doesn't golf. Doesn't matter. He'll make you go through your entire family tree to find someone he possibly knows, because that's the only way he can relate to people. I think I'll be okay. Oh, I have a cousin who likes to hit on the girlfriends. He just does. He thinks it's funny. He'll go as far as to try to hook up with someone's girlfriend in a closet, and then he'll brag about it at dinner. And another cousin, she'll try to get you alone and bait you to tell her mean things about me. My family wasn't so great either, but wow. I was trying not to break into sleepy laughter at all of this. There were cousins, aunts, uncles, family friends, present at nearly every family gathering despite not being family. The one who liked to speak only in Spanish, the one who jerks off in the nearest bathroom after lunch. It was a spectacular list, and I didn't envy any part of having to keep track of this. The tension between us was still there. I wish I could have done something to get rid of it, but that conversation felt like pulling at a loose thread on a sweater. If only I knew what to ask of him. With Bradley, it was easy. He was presenting me a life I didn't want. So I said I didn't want it. I wasn't sure what this was. I mean, this was a very pleasant limbo for as long as we didn't let the world in. But I wanted to be back in the world. That was the point of the new normal. I also lacked sleep, so I asked if I could do that. I missed the entrance to the country club because I was sleeping. It wasn't even their regular country club, Gio explained, which was in the city, but this was where they went during the summer. Even from inside the car, I felt the chill in the Tagaytay air, and the hint of the view downhill from where we were, peeking from the trees that lined the area designated as parking. So pretty, and only for parking. Gio looked like he wanted to be somewhere else. Hey, I said. Do you want to throw up? What do you need, Gio? Why are you even here? Was it me? Because I wanted to walk out on him? Because if he wasn't ready, he shouldn't be here. I'm fine, Gio said. You know how it is, family reunions. Mine aren't as fancy. The thing with big places like this is that there are many places to hide. I made myself smile. We're good at that, aren't we? To celebrate Kimi Domingo and Manolo Mela's engagement, the Mela family threw an exclusive breakfast-to-dinner party at their Tagaytay Country Club for 100 of their close friends. The Domingo and Mela family considered themselves the closest. Kimi and Manolo's moms went to school together and were lifelong friends. We arrived at the breakfast portion of the festivities and were greeted upon entry to the clubhouse reception with matching shell necklaces and sparkling peach juice. Each pair of necklaces is a specific shade in the orange spectrum, the bubbly greeter explained to me. Only 2 of a kind in the entire party. Enjoy your day of love. Oh my God, I whispered to Gio as we walked back out into the sunny garden. She's not kidding, is she? My mother does things this way. It's all very intense. At the same time, I had to appreciate it all. The summer country club resembled resort hotels I visited. Maybe a few I'd gone to with the ex, but maybe it was different if the entire establishment existed to be at your service. People painting shells a specific shade of orange, making you peach juice. There was a small group of people out in the garden, all guests, all indeed wearing a necklace in a shade different from ours. Giovanni, someone called. Our prodigal son. Gio froze, and he downed his juice like it was a shot of something stronger. Then he turned around, and something about him switched on. Dad. Oh. Gio's dad was exactly like him, but older him. Future him. I could see where Gio would go gray, which parts of his body would get heavier, sturdier. They were even the same height. His dad was not wearing a necklace, and instead of a fluted glass, he was holding a bottle of beer. And please introduce me to your guest, he said, looking at me. This is Iris, Gio said. My girlfriend. I was? Nice to meet you, sir, I said, offering my hand. Mr. Mella shook it, like we were professionals, but he was still eyeing us with curiosity. The pleasure is mine, Iris. What's your family name? Len Larioca. My name is Iris Len Larioca. Is your family from Cebu? No, sir. If you want to call me anything, call me Tito, not sir. What do you do, Iris? I work for a foundation. He sipped from the bottle and urged me on. I'll need more than that, you know, since you're my son's girlfriend and all. What does the foundation do, Iris? Oh, we give scholarships to female students who want to study STEM. Interesting. In the Philippines or abroad? Both, depending on the grant. And is that working out? Excuse me? Do you get good students and send them to good schools? I nodded. I knew I should be speaking for my work more eloquently than this, but I was also meeting my boyfriend's dad. Yes to everything. That's admirable, Mr. Mella said. He gave his son a light tap on the back. It's nice to meet people who do good things for a living, right? Gio thinks all we do is make women feel insecure about their looks. Gio rolled his eyes. I said that once, years ago. This is my serious son, Mr. Mella quickly added, laughing. Always so serious. You probably like serious men if you're putting up with our Giovanni. Dad? The sound came out like a warning. Well, it's too early in the morning for Giovanni's moods. Why don't you take her to the party, Gio, before you run out of the good tables? I thought this was the party, I started to say. Gio shook his head. No, this is the welcome area for the party. We still have to take a trip down. And he brushed past his dad, taking me with him to wherever this party was supposed to be. I'm sorry about that. You don't have to keep apologizing. I wasn't offended. You don't know them. Snide is their second language. I thought I knew what snide was. Like when an internet troll called me a whore. But to grab a transcript of that entire exchange and find the offensive message meant for me only between the lines? That was advanced snide. Or imagined snide. I think I'm just going to take his word for it that he doesn't hate me, I muttered. The path to the party was literally a path, an even stone set against a bed of perfectly level grass, leading slightly downhill. Of course he doesn't hate you, Gio was saying, keeping his voice low. He won't have a problem with you at all. I'm the disappointment. In my family, the disappointments don't get welcome to the party with necklaces. You don't know them. It sounded snappish, and at me. I get that. And I sounded snappish right back. It had to be because we were suddenly boyfriend and girlfriend. The transition to bickering couple was instant. The path became stone steps up a small platform, and whatever I was adding to that disappeared. We were about to ride a cable car. This was a freaking cable car station, and when I followed the row of small cars, my line of sight dropped, and the view was gorgeous, lake and hills. But also, damn, cable cars. 2 of them! Oh, thank God! Get in so we can leave now! My body followed the voice on command, like an obedient person who didn't belong in this place. I'd taken 2 steps and then stopped because Gio had grabbed my arm and tried to keep me in place. We'll take the next one, he said. Oh, come on, it's just a few minutes, unless you're afraid. Against my better judgment, I stepped forward, against my host and guide's wishes, only because my mood was off and I was being a rebel in the worst way. So that's how we ended up in a tiny cable car with Leslie Tracy Rivera and her sister Vanna.
That was Chapter 22 of Iris After the Incident, narrated by Rachel Coates. Text and production copyright by Mina v. Esguerra. Check out ALTA, a high society romance anthology by authors Carla de Guzman, Bianca Mori, and Suzette de Borja. Link in the description.